Andy, if there were two messages that you wanted to give out to the Muslim community, what would they be? Messages that would be able to help you or help us or as a Mancunians in and together, what would they be, Andy, that if you would be coming to an end now basically on that?
Thank you. It's a great opportunity to be able to give people a direct message in the way that you invite me to, Maksud. So the first one would be to say, I'll always have your support. No, let me reword that. Your back. I'll always be there to support you. The community is so important to life in Greater Manchester in terms of what you do. And I just want to know, that I will always have the back of the community. I will always give you my support. I hope that's come through in my first few years in office. I will always challenge Islamophobia wherever we see it. And we do see it in the media, don't we? Yeah. There's casual Islamophobia that we see from time to time. So I will have your back, I guess, is message number one. And I don't actually take any support for granted. And that's, that isn't something that I would ever think. Come what may, I will always support the community. And then secondly, the message will be a thank you for what you do contribute to our life here in Greater Manchester. And we're proud of our diversity. We're proud of the contribution the Muslim community makes. And, I did make a point in that difficult month of May 2017 to make all of those points. And, what strikes me is just how much the rest of Greater Manchester feels that as well. We do have challenges, but actually this is still a great place to live. And, I hope that everyone feels proud to call it their home because, it is a great place with great people. Yes, we've got our challenges, but I think, in terms of the way we promote diversity, equality, solidarity between communities, I think we're a pretty good model, I think, to other places, and long may that be the case. So it's, you'll always have my support, message number one, and thank you for everything you contribute to making Greater Manchester what it is, message number two.
Andy, thank you very much for that. And I totally agree with you. I'm a British Muslim and I've been here all my life. And would I live anywhere else in any other country? No, I wouldn't. England is the best place for me. Manchester is one of wonderful place for me. Is it perfect? I always say, no, it's not. But can we make it perfect? Yes, we can. And we can do it together, Andy. And your assurance has been really, really welcome. And I know that after the New Zealand attack and so forth, you were the first person to come here and meet our Jummah prayers, meet the prayers and the others to assure the community. When the terrorist attack happened in the arena, your leadership and others' leadership actually provided us with lots of hope and assurance that we will not be divided in a community. Even with the COVID-19, when the right-wing people keep blaming us because we're going to the mosque and that's why we're catching COVID, etc., etc. So there's a lot of assurance we get when you stand up and you actually say it's not the community, it's not the Muslim community. We need to work together. They're British and they're part of Mancunians, they're part of Manchester. So thank you for that.
Maksud, I really appreciate you saying all of that. But I want people to know it's genuine and not just for political reasons. I'm passionate about the innate equality of all people. That's what I was brought up to believe, and it's what I profoundly believe. I abhor racism and discrimination of any kind whatsoever. That is kind of basically what I'm all about. I, strongly believe in fairness across all communities. And that same thing that started me out when I was a young lad going to Cambridge and thinking, well, why don't I have the same opportunities as them? Yeah. I want that for every single young person growing up in Greater Manchester. And I do still know that young people growing up in the Muslim community still will face extra barriers, extra discrimination. They won't have the same chances in life. But that's what motivates me as a politician, to give all of those kids the same ability to break through those barriers and to get on in life. So that will always be the case. And I also want people to know, though, that as I say, we value the contribution that's been made. And one of the reasons I visited Bangladesh last year was particularly to send that message to people of Bangladeshi origin in Greater Manchester. We recognise the contribution, if not you, but certainly your parents or your grandparents made or the decision that they made when they came here. and then the contribution that they made. And the reason I went, and it was wonderful to go particularly to Sylhet, the part of Bangladesh where many people came from, and to say to the mayor there that I'm coming out of respect for the people who came from your city all those years ago and built up our city. And I'm coming back to you now offering some help, because I recognise that these things are cyclical. And we are setting up a task force, actually, with the mayor of Sylhet to look at how we might help them with recycling and flooding and other issues. But I want to visit Pakistan soon and obviously forge similar relationships, Maxine. So that, I think, is the best way. I'm a big believer myself in deeds, not words. It's easy for politicians to give out lots of words, but actually what defines people is what they actually do. Absolutely. And I want to show what it means to me that the communities have come here and built up our city region by also showing that the places that they left all those years ago. Also, we need now to sort of recognise that we've got an obligation to play our part on that bigger stage.
Absolutely. Andy, time's up. I know you've got to dash off and do another webinar, I think, or something like that from that side of it. But can I thank you on behalf?
Hot seat.
Oh, you got the hot seat.
BBC Manchester. So
there you go.
Me a nice warm seat. Now I'm going to a hot seat.
But absolutely. But thank you very much for your time. On behalf of the trustees and the staff here, we wish you all the best.